Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. I had a talk all prepared about the events in the Middle East, specifically Israel defending herself against these unprovoked rocket attacks from Hamas. I believe this is the 10th day as I'm recording this, which is the day before you're seeing it. These unprovoked attacks on, well, let's be honest, by Arabs on Jews in the Middle East and Israel. I was going to talk about that. I'm going to have to talk about something else that's very much related to that and very unfortunate, very sad. I am really sorry I have to even talk about this, but it's about attacks on Jews in America, in the United States, by Arabs, which is very sad for me because I'm Jewish myself and I have Arab friends who are not like these Arabs at all. And we're not just talking about Arabs, we're talking about just, I guess, woke liberals, the left. It's really sad, this increasing tendency on the left to be, well, the term that's being used is Corbynization of the Democratic Party, referring to Jeremy Corbyn, who was the head of the Labour Party in England. Very, he was I would go beyond arguably. It's pretty much inarguable that he's anti-Semitic, and there is so much anti-Semitism that was uncovered in the Labour Party that was one of the contributing factors to, well, he losing his position, but also the Labour Party in England just getting really trounced in the elections where Boris Johnson became prime minister, but also a recent, what they call, similar to our midterm elections, they call them by-elections. There was a specific area of England that had always been heavily Labour, and they went to the Tories, the Conservative Party. This last election was only very recently, but I don't want to get off track. So back to this. In this country, it's very sad. You have people like Ilhan Omar, who is on the Foreign Relations Committee. I believe she got some other promotion. We just saw recently, today as I'm recording this, Rashida Tlaib, Joe Biden sucking up to her. She's accusing Israel of apartheid, the usual blood libels, and he doesn't, because he needs them. He's trying to pressure Israel. Israel is I was going to say resisting the pressure, but I think they're ignoring the pressure this time to try to get them to agree to a ceasefire as rockets are being rained down on them. Why should they? I'll get to that in a moment, but I'm going to show you first a couple of very disturbing videos. They're both from Los Angeles. Well, here's the headline, quote, "Who is Jewish?" unquote. Pro-Palestinian mob beats up Jews in Los Angeles as anti-Semitic attacks increase. I'm going to show you now videos from Los Angeles, and then I'm going to issue a challenge. I'm going to issue a challenge to my liberal friends. But before we do that, these videos, and again, they're disturbing, very much so to me. The first one, well, let me put up a little screenshot first from somebody, Sarai Idan, or Sarah Idan, Miss Iraq. This is from an Iraqi Arab. This reinforces my point that, because I said that it's a cliche, all my best friends are this, that, or the other potentially disfavored group, but really a lot of my friends, I do know a lot of Arabs. Unfortunately, one of them passed away recently, which is another lesson to all of you. Don't smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. He was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. He died from coronavirus, and there is no doubt in my mind. In his 50s, not very old, but he smoked 2 packs a day. We kept telling him, to my other Arab friends, and he said, "You got to stop." And he didn't, and it's very sad. But anyway, let me just quote this. Jews are being attacked in Los Angeles by Palestinians who seek them out and beat them up. If you wonder what does the words radical Islamists mean, this is it. If you still wonder if this whole war is anti-Zionism or anti-Semitism, this is your answer, because it's not anti-Zionism, it's anti-Semitism. But I gave you the screenshot. Here is the video.
Come on, guys, don't look like this.
Relax. Meher, chill. Where are my keys?
We're here outside Sushi Fumi in West Hollywood. A group of Palestinians, about 30 of them, jumped out of a car and asked who was Jewish. Two guys said they were, and they proceeded to beat them up. A couple people stepped in, even a Christian Arab jumped out to help. Guy in the gray shirt right here. They're apparently going around the city and asking who's Jewish and beating him up. This is America, guys. Things are not looking good.
Welcome back. Video number 1, video number 2. Here's the screenshot. Another anti-Semitic attack in LA last night making headlines. An Orthodox man was chased by a caravan of cars near Rosewood and La Brea Avenues.
Their mom is chasing you.
He escaped and was not hurt, fortunately. Those are two examples, and they both come from Los Angeles, which, not to put too fine a point on it, is a blue city in a blue state. I can tell you, I live in Tennessee. I live in the South. This is where the bigots are supposed to be, and I don't see it here. I've been here 2 years. I have not seen any of the bigotry or racial strife that we are seeing in the news. No Black Lives Matter people, thugs as I call them, destroying property. None of that. And none, in fact, the last time I flew to New York to visit, I went to, of course, to the Memphis airport, and in there was a Judaica exhibit, an exhibit of ancient Jewish artifacts. So you see the contrast, but I have not experienced any discrimination or attacks at all. My neighbors, I feed my neighbor's pet pig. I've mentioned in the past, he has a pet pig. And she's a very devout Christian, very religious Christian, and we're very good friends. We had dinner together actually the other night, and as I said, I just. You just don't see it down here. So this gets to my challenge before I get to one more video I want to show you, which I find the opposite of distressing. But here's my challenge to my liberal friends. I just showed you those two videos. Find me a video from the opposite side or point of view or action. Show me a mob of Jews attacking an Arab anywhere in the United States. Just one video. Show me, okay? That's my challenge. I don't think you can. And I will stand by that. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Well, I won't be happy to be proven wrong, but I will admit I'm wrong. Just give me the link in the comments. I'll even show the video probably if I can. And I will still say, even if you find that you will find that is very rare. And these two videos have, I said, blue states. There's also, and blue cities, New York City, Crown Heights. Crown Heights, if you don't know Crown Heights, I lived in New York for 40 years, so I know the area pretty well. Crown Heights is a very heavy, well, just as in the second video, religious Jews, Hasidim, we call them here. They're Haredim, they call them in Israel. But the guys with the long frock coats and the long sideburns, pious, they're called pious in Hebrew, if you want to know. But the long sideburns and the black hats, that's a whole heavily Orthodox community in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And right next to, well, in Crown Heights, coexisting, just as you see in these Israeli cities, not Palestinians, but a large black population. And there have been numerous incidents of black mobs, or just even black individuals attacking these Orthodox Jews who, they don't fight, so they just they run, they get beat up. That happens very often, but you do not see the opposite. You don't see a group of Orthodox Jews attacking a black person. So that's my challenge, my double challenge. Show me the opposite example in Crown Heights. So now we get to the last video. This harkens back to what I said at the beginning, that Joe Biden, pressured by the left. That's his problem. He's a very weak president. I'll have to do a vlog on this because I keep reading these stories, articles from international news sources. They're very worried. Everybody knows, everybody in the world, especially Iran, knows that Joe Biden is a weak president. And you can be sure that if the moderate Democrats were dominating the Democratic Party, his point of view would be completely the opposite. He would not give people like Rashida Tlaib the time of day, but it's the other way around, unfortunately. And pressured by them, he's had numerous phone conversations with Benjamin Netanyahu, or Benjamin, as you say. Benjamin is the Hebrew name, and Benjamin here, but numerous conversations, and in the last one he said that he expected a ceasefire to come soon, that he expected Israel to stand down soon. But, well, I'm going to give you this video right now from the man himself, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, and listen to him.
אני בא עכשיו מהבור בקריה, נחמה למבצעים של צה"ל. זה מרשים ביותר. כל יום שעובר אנחנו פוגעים בעוד יכולות של ארגוני הטרור. מסכלים עוד מפקדים בכירים, מפילים עוד מגדלי טרור, פוגעים בעוד מצבורי נשק. כפי שאמרתי היום לשגרירים שנאספו כאן, זו הזכות הטבעית של ישראל. אני הערכתי מאוד את התמיכה של הממשלות האלה, ואני מעריך במיוחד את התמיכה של נשיא ארצות הברית, ידידנו ג'ו ביידן, בזכות ההגנה העצמית של מדינת ישראל. אני נחוש להמשיך במבצע הזה עד שיושג היעד שלו להחזיר את השקט והביטחון לכם, אזרחי ישראל.
Welcome back, and after those first videos that I show you, all I can add to what the Prime Minister of Israel just said is Godspeed. Go all the way, go as far as you have to go, and just finish the job on these evil people. That's my advice, and especially to spit in the face, I'll be honest, of these people who are attacking Jews in the United States. And that would probably mean increased attacks. The more the Palestinians lose a war that they start, the greater we see the rise of anti-Semitism on the left. So that's, thank God I have a concealed carry permit, put it that way. But I don't expect I would ever need to worry about something like that in the South. But if I went to New York, yeah, then I would worry. So, and I do want to go back and visit, but I am not too happy about the prospect as I read these stories. But anyways, to get to my main point, harken back to what I said in the beginning, he has made it very clear on a number of occasions that he is going to ignore these urgings from, well, anywhere, definitely from the United Nations, but even from our own president, Joe Biden, to stop short of finishing the job of agreeing. He shouldn't be negotiating with these people at all, and it's not necessary. All the Gazans, all Hamas has to do is just stop firing rockets, and Israel will automatically stop. Israel's ceasing of operations is just understood and automatic as soon as, I would say, if there is a full week with no rockets, with no negotiations having preceded the ceasefire from the Hamas side, that the Israelis would just stop, that would be the end of it. But we see this false equivalence where it has to be negotiated, where Hamas gets to shoot all these rockets, then they have to get something in return. And that's changing too, thanks to Donald Trump. The Abraham Accords, United Arab Emirates has a peace arrangement with Israel. They have full relations, and they told the Palestinians that, or Hamas, we're not going to give you any aid, any foreign aid, if you're not going to stop. And why should we give? Why should they give aid only to have it destroyed or to have it used to build these terror tunnels that, again, Israel just comes in and destroys instead of building houses and schools and hospitals. So, and if they build a hospital, which they obviously won't, it would be nice if the whole leadership of Hamas would not hide under that hospital, which is a war crime. But I don't want to go too far, except to once again say Godspeed. Don't listen to Joe Biden. I'm sure they know in Israel it's just politics. He's being pressured from the left. If he were being pressured by the moderates in his party and they were the guiding force in the party, that his position would be completely different. But at the end of the day, neither Joe Biden nor I nor any of you live in Israel. They know what they're facing, and we should let them deal with it, so that it's just Godspeed. That's it. I'll just end on that. Godspeed. And if I could get a thumbs up if you like this video, that would really be great. Share it with anybody you think would also like it. Got any comments? Comment section below the video, or you can put questions, suggestions for future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. You could visit my other channels, my hot dog channel and my music channel, links in the description. But most of all, come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.